Test, test. 1, 2, 1, 2. Is it coming up? What the hell? All right. I think I'm good. Mm, the hell? A random spaghetti on my shirt. What? Hello. Hello, hello. Oh, hello. Oh, aloha. Can't hear me because you don't have your headphones on. Aloha, aloha.
Hear it on YouTube.
Yeah, Lee says he can't hear anything on Amber's stream.
Okay.
Yeah, Lee says he can't hear anything on Amber's stream.
There you go. Oh, echo. Aloha. Aloha.
Aloha. Mahalo.
Hello, hello. Hello.
Hello.
Welcome, everybody. Sorry,
Welcome.
had some technical issues.
No, usually it's the one that I usually have the technical issues.
It's because last night I was trying to do some cable management. And so I started unplugging and replugging things. Oops.
Mm.
I'm trying to make my setup more aesthetically pleasing. So, yeah, so Avery Wolf here. Hello, guys.
Hi.
Um,
Welcome.
welcome.
Why does it feel like it's been forever, even though it's been a month?
I know it's, dude, I don't know. It's been a long month,
Mm.
actually. Um, but yeah, anything new? Anything you'd like to share?
Oh yeah. Well, I just came back from Hawaii. Ooh.
How was it?
Um, it was fun. It was my first time in Hawaii. I went there with some friends for a birthday celebration. I was there for 5 days. I am tired.
Dude, dude, I thought you were like still in Hawaii because you're still posting like stories. I was like, is she gonna be back like for the book stream? And I was like,
Oh yeah. Like after my like after I posted like the second day, at that point I was just too tired to post anymore. I was like, nah, I'll do it later. I'll do it later. And then
after the
after
fact.
Yeah, and then I came back 2 days ago, and I'm like, I'll do it later.
Oh, okay. Did you work or are you just taking time to recover?
I took 2 days to recover, and then I went to work today
Okay, and then it's weekend,
in the
right?
weekend. Yeah, after
Okay.
like I just went back to work for 1 day before a long weekend. I was just like, let me just make a little bit of money,
Okay. Okay,
just
that's
get some of
good.
the money, at
That's
least an eighth of the money I spent.
Yeah, you needed a well-deserved break vacation
Yeah,
because
yeah, I haven't been on vacation forever, like forever.
yeah, like the past how many streams like your updates were oh just work. Oh, just
Just
work.
work. Just work. Yeah. Let's see. Last time I think it was 5 years ago. Last time I took a vacation was Lee's 30th birthday in Las Vegas. That was the last time.
I know, and that was pretty short too.
That was only a weekend.
Yeah, so that didn't really count. That's just a
Yeah.
weekend.
I
Um,
guess the last time we went somewhere, I guess you can consider that a vacation, was at Seattle
I feel like that was a weekend too.
or San Francisco.
I feel like all those times, yeah, it was like
It's
a
just a weekend.
maybe like a long weekend.
Okay, then this is my first vacation in forever. Like
Yeah, first
my first real vacation.
relaxing
Yeah.
vacation.
Yeah, if you can call it that.
Was it not relaxing?
It was some parts was relaxing. It's just like there was a full itinerary for our 5 days there. So it was like jam packed full of activities.
Oh, no breathing time
I wasn't able to read.
on the plane?
Well, yeah, I read on the plane, but that was like only what, like 4 hours of reading time. I was like hoping I could relax on the beach with my Kindle and read, but nope. No, I only got 5 minutes of reading done during my actual vacation.
Oh, well, at least you got a lot of activities
Yeah,
done.
yeah, we went sightseeing like each day.
Exercising.
Exercise. Oh my gosh, exercising, actual hiking. I
Yeah.
went actual hiking. Yay, yay me.
Vacation. Yes.
Yeah.
That's good.
Anyways, what about you?
Um, Not much. Just toddler time. We had to reorganize our whole downstairs because Nolan is starting to like break out of his playpen. So we had to like reconfigure his fence and we had to buy like another gate for the stairs.
Like you can't keep me in here
I know,
forever.
it's like, what? Yeah, so like we've had this set up for like the past 2 days now and it's been working. He's just like been running around and stuff.
Oh,
So yeah,
yeah.
it's yeah, he's been getting into less accidents, I guess, of
That's
breaking
good.
out and stuff.
That's good.
But
If you
yeah,
guys didn't know, her boy is so smart. He totally skipped the crawling phase and just went up to walking.
I know walking and climbing. I'm just
No
like,
crawling.
yeah, he's a handful.
Yeah, he's
Um,
smart.
but
It's
other than,
all
huh?
thanks to Miss Rachel.
Oh my gosh, dude, like we're still trying to teach him how to stack things. Like he still can't stack. We're like, dude, you have to know how to stack by your 15 month or else you have to like I don't know what the doctor's gonna recommend, but
That's fine. He learns at his own pace.
yeah, he's doing other crazy stuff.
Yeah, he doesn't have time for stacking. He has other things to do.
I know. He has
Tell
such
his doctor
skill.
that.
Um, but yeah, other than that, I've just been like trying to like work on my setup and try to make it like aesthetically pleasing.
Aesthetically pleasing.
And yeah, working on cable management and stuff like that.
That's it.
But yeah, that's pretty much it. Um, yeah, so let's get started on the things that we've read. So if
Oh, sorry. Just
oh
a disclaimer. I felt like I didn't read that much. I went through a reading slump.
oh, it's okay. I went through my reading slump. What was that month? June. I only read like 2 books. That's okay. We all have our slumps and stuff. Um, if you guys weren't here for the last stream, our mystery prompts were to read a book that had an elf or elves. This one was what's that word? Not required, but this prompt was a South Korean setting. And then the third prompt was a book based off Shakespearean stories or something. Inspired by Shakespeare, whatever.
Oh man, okay. I totally forgot about that prompt.
Okay. But yeah, okay. So what was your lowest
My
score?
lowest.
Oh yeah. I've candy salad.
Uh, your candy
this.
salad is still
Yeah, still salading.
salady. Oh man, I could have just
This
taken some of that to freaking Hawaii.
I know on the plane. This is
I was craving
bag
something sour.
bag 1 of 3.
Oh yeah, I finished the bags that you gave us, the 2 bags that you gave us like in a day or so.
Yeah. Next time you
That
come
was
over, you can get another one. A
um
lot.
okay, let's see. My lowest score um was, I want to say, like maybe a 2.5, maybe 3 if I'm being nice. It's my summer ween book. So
Okay.
summer ween is something like that gives you horror vibes during the summer, like summer camp or sleepovers, things like that. Um, so 2.5, 3. I read Meddling Kids by Edgar Cantero.
It's a cute cover.
It is. It's a nice cover. It is kind of like, it is very Scooby-Doo-esque type of vibes kind of thing. If the teenagers grew up, you know?
Mm-hmm.
He even has a little dog right there.
Oh, what kind of dog?
Um, I'm not sure. They described it as a mutt type of thing.
Mm.
It's not Scooby-Doo dog. Scooby-Doo was
Great Dane.
a Great Dane. This is not a Great Dane. But it takes place in the summer, and when they were kids, they had this they had this detective club, think Scooby-Doo, where they solve mysteries and they unmask the what is it called, the assailant,
Mm. Villain
the
or um
uh
the criminal or I don't know.
yeah, they unmask the criminal who's been terrorizing let's say like a house or uh yeah. So it's based on their last case when they were kids. They were investigating a haunted house and they caught the guy and he went to jail.
Mm.
15 years later, the guy gets out, and of course, it turns out that he's innocent. So when they find out, they the main girl, I think she's right there. Right there. The main girl gets the gang back together again to solve the mystery once and for all. So they go back to that house and figure out where they went wrong. So, you know how in Scooby Doo there's like what, 4 kids and a dog?
Yeah.
Except I think so. Scooby, Shaggy, Fred, Velma, Daphne. Yeah. Except this time one of them actually committed suicide. So now there's 3. There's 3 left, and they kind of have to solve the mystery on their own without their leader. And
Mm.
and of course, hijinks. It says filled with hijinks right there in the bottom. So I gave it a 2.5 to 3, low 3, because I don't know, it was very hard for me to follow. What is the word? What is that word? Juxtaposition? What is
What?
that? That's yeah.
I don't know.
What is that word? I don't know. I think it's just to describe the way it's like written.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of written weird. Like that's what got me so confused, because it was like half storytelling and then half like play written. You know how like in some, like when you read like a playbook or a script, like it's like
Oh.
character, their quote, the character, their script, character, their script.
Yeah.
It's kind of like that. And it just jumps all over the place between POVs in the same chapter, like without warning, you know? So
Okay.
you would be, kind of forgot their names. I'm just gonna use the Scooby-Doo names. Like you would be reading from like Velma's point of view, and then suddenly it just jumps to like Shaggy, and then it jumps back to Velma, and then suddenly it jumps to Fred, and even Scooby Doo gets like a POV.
Okay.
Like yeah, that was like it was just jumping back and forth. Back. I was just like, well, okay, wait, who am I reading for? Even like the villain, the like the side, like the minuscule characters, like the sea captain. I was like, huh? Where'd he come from?
Oh no.
I was like, the story, the plot was like fine. I totally got that. It's just reading it through, it wasn't really cohesive. So I was just like, I found myself rereading like passages. And I think that's what got me into my slump, because it took me forever. It took me like a week and a half to finish this book. And it's only like, I want to say like 300 pages, maybe less than that. And I was just like,
Is it
okay,
is it a
come on.
YA or is it adult?
I want to say it's like new adult. It's like on the very edge of YA and adult. Like it's just all mystery. It's like watching a Scooby-Doo episode when they're older. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not very risque. There's no spice in it at all. It's just young adults trying to
Figure out
like
a case.
figure out their last case. And it was just it was like when I finally like got to a part where I was finally like following along, I was like, oh, okay. Like pretty good. like the actual writing was pretty nice, but just the flow of it, like, just
Threw you
I was
off.
yeah, it just threw me off. I was just like, oh my god, when is this book over?
Oh no.
I know.
Was
I
the
mean,
ending like worth it at least?
um, oh yeah, the ending, it ended so quick. I was
Oh.
like, at one point, I was so confused about, like, at the very end, I was like, wait, it's over? Wait, did they catch the guy or not? Is he dead or not? What's going on?
Oh
Like, what are
no.
they gonna do now?
Ay,
So
ay, ay.
it to me it ended abruptly. So I was like, the ending was very open ended. Like, I think they have it, like, the author can probably write a sequel or something.
Oh, maybe that was like the goal,
Mhm.
maybe?
Keep it,
It did
yeah.
well.
Hmm.
Uh,
But I was just reading, like, I was just confused, confused, confused. Okay, I get it. Confused, confused, end. Uh-huh.
oh,
I was just
jeez.
like, you know what? I'm not gonna read this last chapter. I'm done. And then I took a break from reading for a while, for a week.
Oh.
Hmm.
Yeah, books like that tend to do that.
Hmm.
It's unfortunate.
Yeah.
All right, so one of the books I read, or the lowest rating book I gave was a 2 star, and that was Check and Mate by
Uh,
Ali Hazelwood. Okay. If you're not familiar with this one, it's considered YA, but I would kind of say it's like new adult. Um, so it's about a girl that grew up playing chess, and it was like her career and stuff. But um, when she was like 14 or something, she stopped abruptly because of something that happened in her family. And now that she's like, I think 18 or something like that, she picked it up again for the money prizes because her family was struggling, and she felt that she was um what's that? She felt that she was obligated to financially take care of her family. So yeah, so that's pretty much the storyline. And then we have our male love interest named Nolan. So that already like made it icky for me. So anyway, I gave it a 2 because it just the romance didn't make sense to me. Um, because like the other 2 Ali Hazelwood books I read, Love Hypothesis and Love, not Love Theory. What's the other pink book? Love on the Brain.
mm,
So those 2 books, the guy falls first, like he's already in love with the main character. So it's kind of like this too. The guy, for some reason, is like in love with the main girl for whatever reason. And I don't know. I was like, why? Like, why? Um, but yeah, it's just like if you love chess, I think you would really enjoy this. It's there's a lot of chess terminology and like, you get in the head of the main character when she's playing chess and stuff, but like romance wise, it wasn't for me. Um, yeah, the romance didn't make sense to me. And yeah, check and meet, guys.
I know I usually read all of Ali Hazelwood books, no matter how trashy it is. But like when I saw that book, I was just like, I don't think this one's for me. And then you confirmed
I mean,
my my suspicion.
yeah, so what really gave me the ick, not only was like the main love interest named Nolan, if you guys don't know, that's my son's name. So that's the first ick. The second ick was that the main character, she's she was described as like promiscuous. So she's
Yeah, she's like in
bisexual.
high school, right?
I think
She's like
no,
18.
she's like she I think already graduated and her friends are going off to college, but she's not because she's not financially stable. And so that's
Mm.
why she goes back into chess. And like yeah, so that was the other, like she's very promiscuous and um she's bisexual too, so she has like multiple partners, and the love interest finds this out pretty early on in the book, and
Mhm.
he's still like in like what's that word? Captivated by her or whatever. And I'm like, okay, isn't that a red flag? I don't know. Like, but yeah, that was my pick.
Um, uh, okay. I mean, it's gonna be hard for you to read books with Nolan's name in it, huh?
Yeah, or just like anybody like I know, I guess, because I'm gonna picture them, which is cool that I don't really know that many people, but still, it's like, yeah.
Yeah. I feel like I might as well just watch Queen's Gambit because Queen's Gambit's a really good show. It's
It
chess. It's
is, yeah, but just know that it's like adult. There's adult themes.
oh yeah, it's adult theme, but like
It's good.
it's a it's a good
If you're watching
chess
Game of
show.
Thrones as a kid, then you can watch Queen's Gambit, I think.
Oh yeah, yeah. As let's see, trigger warnings for Queen's Gambit would be drugs, sex. Mm,
Isn't she like underage also when she starts having sex? I think. I haven't watched
maybe.
it entirely.
I know she like starts off young, like when she's like 15, and then it's hard to gauge her age throughout the show.
Yeah.
hmm okay. All right. You done with that book?
Yeah.
Okay. Um, so after reading Meddling Kids, I was just like, okay, I need something. I need a palate cleanser.
Okay.
So my next read was more like a cozy read. My next few reads actually the rest of my books are cozy reads. Um like very cozy, very cottagecore vibes.
Okay.
Very cottagecore. And I don't know if you ever heard of this book, but it has like such a beautiful cover. Pick it up. I gave this, I would say maybe a 3.5, 4 stars. And it's called The Spell Shop.
Oh, I've seen that all over YouTube.
There it is. There. There. Spell Shop. Very cottagecore, very cozy, very cozy read. It's like it's like drinking a cup of hot chocolate, kind of cozy.
Okay.
Like picture like fireplace, hot chocolate or tea, and just like in a cozy blanket and just reading it.
Okay.
So the spell shop. Um, I'm not sure it has fae in it. I'm not sure of elves, but actually it's just about a librarian and a librarian who lived in the city. She's kind of like very introverted. Like I think you would see yourself in as her. I
Okay.
saw myself as her. Like very introverted, works in a library, does not like talking to people, especially strangers, only like comfortable with one-on-one like conversations, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Um she's all about books. Duh, she's a librarian. Um so she it starts off with her like trying to evacuate from the city because like there was a big rebellion and like the first thing the rebels wanted to do was burn down the library because it was all about like oh knowledge is power but only accessible to rich people.
Okay.
So when the rebellions overthrew the government, the first thing they did was burn down the library. I know, sad.
How dare
um
they?
I know. So she tries to save as much books as she can. She runs away by boat and she goes home to this very obscure like island. It kind of reminded me of like the Greek islands, you know? Like
Okay.
buildings on hills and all that stuff surrounded by like water. Um it's very fantasy. There's like creatures like mer horses, like half horse, like a big ass seahorse, but you can ride it.
Hippocampi?
Huh?
Hippocampi?
Yeah, hippocampi. Um she has a sidekick, but instead of an animal, it's a plant. I think it's I forgot what the plant was. Anyways, she has a talking plant. Um the village is full of like centaurs and um what was Mr. Tumnus?
Oh, cedar.
Yeah, satyrs and like all these creatures. There's a flying cats in here. I don't know if you can see it. There's a flying cat right there on the stairs. It doesn't really it doesn't really say what kind of like race she is, which is fine. She just has like light blue skin and dark blue hair.
Okay.
Um, but she's described as like maybe like human. I don't know. But whatever. Anyway, she moves back to her home. Like she moves back home, and of course, it's illegal to have like books like magic books about magic and magical creatures. Anything that has to do with magic, it's basically illegal to own them because they belong to the government.
Mm-hmm.
So she keeps that hidden and then suddenly like since she's new everybody is interested in her, everybody wants to know about her, but of course she's such an introvert that she tries to stay away from people and plus she's trying to hide the books that she has in her possession so she doesn't want anybody getting close to her. But of course, that doesn't happen. She she opens a spell shop. She opens a spell shop that helps um that sells remedies for certain things that needs fixing, things like that. Um, but it's very cozy, it's very cute, very low risk, low conflict kind of type of thing, except the whole rebellion. But they didn't really like describe it. It was just like a passing comment type of thing. Um, the romance is very cutesy. Think I just want to say like think Luke Gaines from Gilmore Girls,
Okay.
except without like without the coffee, without the grouchiness. He's like someone you can like rely on and who's very helpful, who cares about his home, things like that.
Okay.
Very homebody.
Mhm.
Luke. But yeah, very, very, very cute.
Yeah, I've
I
been
guess I
seeing
only
that.
yeah, I think I only gave it like I'm like low fours, high 3.5 just because like there were some parts where she was a little bit annoying about how she went about things.
Mm-hmm.
Like people here, like the people are trying to be nice, but she's like, "No, stay away from me. Like I don't want to get to know you." Like she was so mean um at certain parts. Like oh, Kira's hair is like in my eye. She was
Oh
so mean to her love interest for no reason. He was only trying to help her. I was like,
yeah.
come on.
You lost a star.
I don't know. I was like, why are you trying to be mean? He was trying to be nice. He was just trying to like welcome you home and give you like cookies. Oh my gosh, it's this book makes me want to eat jam.
Jam.
Jam. Like cookies with jam, croissants jam. Ugh, jam.
Jam. Oh, that's a very like London like ish type of food, right?
Hmm.
Um, okay. Okay. For my next book, I gave. Okay, so I have a lot of 3 stars. Um, I might not be in any particular order, but yeah, just so you guys know. But so, and 3 star that I read was the complete set of scary stories to tell in the dark. Um, yeah, it's self-explanatory what this is. It's just little short stories that you tell around a campfire and stuff like that. Um, and yeah, it was some stories were pretty nostalgic to 6th grade camp. Um, because like yeah, there was like a couple I came across that were very similar to the stories that we were told in 6th grade camp before bed. Um, so yeah, I liked the nostalgia, but like to me, these stories weren't scary. But
Of course.
yeah,
Like
it's for kids. So I
that's-
just hmm?
you don't get scared that easily though.
Yeah, I was just like, I mean, yeah, this would be good for kids.
What I get scared?
I don't know. Did you get scared at 6th grade camp when they told you stories?
Yes.
Would you
Yes.
still find it scary till this day?
Well, I don't know, maybe because the whole summer camp thing is so scary to me now. Like you will never find me camping in the woods in a tent or in a cabin. Like hell no. Hell to the no. You wouldn't heck no, I would never.
Oh, never.
I would never.
But yeah, it could like so I spent my summers growing up in Montana and
Mm-hmm.
we were actually in a house and that was still scary. Like yeah, like when I went to school in Montana and I was like a junior, I remember I would hear like things outside my window and I would look at my window, it's pitch black and it's most likely animals like deer and stuff making a ruckus. But yeah, I was like, nope. But yeah, anyways, scary stories to tell in the dark. It's it's fun to share with like kids and whatnot. The way this reads is like I think one of them, I don't know if it's all of them, but one of them kind of tells you how you should tell it to people. Like at this point, jump at like the nearest person or like jump up, like whatever, or make a yell or something. So I'll tell you like at which parts to do these things. So that was interesting, but yeah, not for me.
Not scary enough.
Yeah, it was nostalgic, but I'm too old for this. 3 star.
Oh man. Um. So my next read, totally opposite of that book. Another cozy read, like I just said, and you're gonna see there's like a theme to these books because it's
Okay.
usually one theme. You've probably seen this around Kindle Unlimited, but it's Bakers and Magic.
Oh yeah,
The
okay.
Fellowship of Bakers and Magic. Um, very, very cozy. It's all about baking. Um,
Hmm.
these books, these cozy books, the theme is baking food. Like for reals, like I craved so much baked goods while I was reading these books. I was like, damn it, I never got them.
Oh no.
I know, I was like craving like custard treats and chocolate croissants and raspberry tarts and oh,
Oh.
yum cookies. Dang it. Oh my gosh. But I was like, Hawaii body, Hawaii body, Hawaii body. Um,
Nice.
anyways, well, this book has Fae as well, but mostly elves and humans. Um, so dude, I forget their names. Anyways, it's about human, this human who is very good at baking, and she is entered into a baking competition by her adoptive dads who are ogres.
Hmm.
And first she's kind of like adamant about not going. She thinks she doesn't have a chance because she's human, and people, well, not people, beings without magic tend to be like looked down upon in this community. So since she's a human without magic, she's like, not, I wouldn't say hated, but people don't really like tend to like her.
Okay.
Um but she gets picked up by this elf guy who like, "Hey, here's your invitation to the baking competition. I'm here to pick you up." And she's like, "No, I don't want to." And he's like, "No, it's okay. Come on, you're really good at baking. Come join us." Um so she gets convinced to go to the baking competition. Um there's kind of like a one bed trope between the two on their way to the baking competition, but it's like very cutesy kind of thing. This isn't
Okay.
spicy. This is not a spicy book at all. Very cozy. But she finally makes it to the baking competition. Um, she meets people. She meets. She makes new friends, and then it turns out like she she's very she's how can I describe her? She just she's very closed off in the beginning, but then she ends up opening herself up to new experiences, and she realizes not everybody hates humans, um and all that stuff. Like it's just all about skill in the kitchen, and she's got really good, like, her skills of baking are very, like, top tier. Um but yeah, I'm not gonna tell you if she won or not, just in case you want to read this book. Um,
Okay.
but yeah, she she makes friends along the way. She makes new memories. She meets this guy.
That
And yeah,
guy.
and yeah, she's very, very cute. And it makes me this book has this book has recipes on like some of the baked goods in here. And you
Uh-oh.
and you know for sure
That's what you
I
annotated. You're like, oh,
no,
okay.
I screenshot this recipe. It's the salted brown butter chocolate chip cookies. Bruh, it sounds so good.
Mm.
I want to make it. Oh yeah, I'm gonna make those cookies.
That sounds good. Salted.
Hmm.
Heck yeah. Salt and chocolate.
Mm.
It's a
I know
weakness.
what, I'll give this a 4 because just because of the cookies, the
The
recipe of
recipe.
the
Thank
cookie.
you. Thank you for this recipe.
I'm gonna make it.
Your review might change if the recipe's good or not.
No, but dude, it sounds good. Salted caramel. Oh no, salted brown sugar chocolate chip cookies. Bro,
Mhm.
me.
Okay. Let's see. No, no particular order. Let's do. Let's do this one. Okay. So another 3-star is Truly Devious by Maureen Johnson.
Looks
Um,
familiar. Sorry, it looks familiar.
she has a lot of books like this kind of cover vibe. I think this is like a 3 or 4 book series. So this one is a what is it? It's like a whodunit kind of story. So this takes place at an academy for gifted people. So the way to get accepted into this academy is that you have to have like a particular talent or something, a unique talent, and our main character gets in because she's pretty much like a Sherlock Holmes. There's a lot of Sherlock Holmes um, inspirations in this.
Ooh, I love Sherlock Holmes.
Yeah, how should I start this? So the owner of this academy back in the day, um, there was his wife and daughter get kidnapped by this person whose alias is named Truly Devious. And this truly devious person like sends dude, what's the word? Like mysterious letters, made out of letters cut out of magazines, that type
Mhm.
of letters and riddles and stuff like that.
Well, kind of
And
like the Joker. No, not the Joker, the
Riddler.
Riddler.
Yeah, so yeah, truly devious. So this crime never got solved. And so present day, our main character is so intrigued with this crime that she wants to attend this academy to solve this crime. And as she is attending this academy, something else happens that she tries to figure out within her group of friends. Like someone is murdered, so that's the whodunit. And so, yes, that's the main plot of this book. But as this is a 3-4 book series, overall, it's about her trying to figure out who this Truly Devious is because they make a reappearance when she attends this school. And Truly Devious is targeting her because I think because this Truly Devious knows that she knows a lot about this
It's like
person.
she knows that he knows.
Yeah, she knows. Yeah. So yeah, it was really interesting. I loved the academy. It was very like odd. There's like hidden study rooms and stuff like that all around the grounds. So like there's hidden rooms that only certain students can find and like others cannot or whatever. So the academy was really cool. Um the thing that didn't really hit with me was that you're introduced to so many characters at once. So you're introduced to the main character and then like all the like 7 people in her dorm or whatever, her immediate dorm. And so it's kind of like confusing as to who did what. So a lot of the time I was, cause it's a who done it. So I was like, who did what now? Like I can't follow. But yeah, that's just with me. Like I need like not that many characters in the spotlight at once, I guess. But yeah, so throughout the book it was mostly um like dialogue within the 7 characters, and I kind of wanted more of like the academy and whatnot, and just like the mysteriousness of the academy. But I don't know, who knows? It might like the author might show that in the next few books. So whatever. But yeah, I gave this a 3 star because I don't know, like I was just confused with who was doing what and whatnot. But it was still a fun read.
Okay, that's good. Do you think you'll continue reading the series?
Maybe I'll look at reviews for the last few books to see if it's worth it. Because it's not a small book, so like I'm imagining that the last few books are gonna be even thicker.
Damn.
So
How many pages is it?
let me see.
If you don't know.
Yeah, go ahead and then I'll just chime in when I find it.
So the last book that I completed, let me just preface that I completed.
That I completed.
Um,
432 pages. Okay, go on.
400 pages for a mystery book?
Yeah. I mean,
Not bad.
there's a lot
Yeah,
of world building, I
I
guess.
know. And usually, as the series goes on, it gets thicker and thicker.
Mm-hmm.
Um, okay. So the last book that I completed for this month is A Fellowship of Librarians and Dragons. This is the second book or the companion book to the first one.
Any recipes in that one?
Yes, but none that I was interested in. There
Oh
was like a
no,
lot of like lemon flavors. I'm not that big into lemon pastries.
me either.
Um, lemon or lime or coconut. And side note, there was a lot of coconut cake during the Hawaii trip. I was like, nope,
Oh
no, thank
no.
you. I tried like one bite just to be fair to everybody else. I was like, okay, I'll try one, and I was like, nope,
Oh
I'll
no.
try something once,
And
say
then
no, and then if I don't like it, I'll forever hate it. Um, um, Librarians and Dragons. This is the companion book or the second book in the series. It is a 3-book series that I know of. The third one is coming out sometime next year.
Mhm.
Um, but it follows the one of the best friends of her. So this is one of the friends she made in the baking competition. I don't want to say much because it might spoil the first one, but I will say that she is a halfling. It kind of has like a different like a of course it's a different storyline, but it doesn't really follow cooking or baking of any sort.
Mhm.
Um so she's a halfling. Um she she has this really cool magical ability. She has tea magic.
Tea
Wait,
magic.
no, she's not a halfling, sorry, she's a dwarf. Sorry.
Okay.
Right. So in this universe, dwarves have earth magic. So when I say earth magic, it's usually like with stones, rocks, gems, things like that. That's normal dwarf magic. Think Snow White in the Seven Dwarfs.
Okay. Okay.
Um, but she's a little different. She has tea magic. Tea magic. She can make tea, any type of tea that you can think of out of thin air, including milk slash honey slash sugar slash lemon or whatever you put in your tea.
Okay.
Any tea related things she can make. So, for instance, if you're craving bergamot tea with sugar and milk,
Okay.
comes out of her hands.
Okay.
I was like, nice. And since she had tea magic, you know for sure I made a bunch of tea while I
Mhm.
was reading this book. Um, anyways, so it follows her. She's kind of like an outcast with her family because she doesn't want to go into family business concerning like jewelry and gems and all that. Um, all she wants to do is she works at a bookstore, books, and she loves baking. Hence, she was in a
Mhm.
baking competition with that other girl. Um,
Okay. Okay.
yeah. So, anyways, she gets gifted, or a she was willed a dragon's egg from her former uncle who passed away, and while she gets a dragon in the process, she also meets this what is that stone creature that has wings? Gargoyle.
Gargoyle.
Yes. she meets this gargoyle on the same day. So she kind of she's going through this like was it like a quarter life crisis when you're like 25 and you have no idea what you want to do. She's kind of
Okay.
going through like a quarter life crisis, but I don't know how old she is because she's a magical being. Um but yes, like she has her hands full with this cute little pink dragon. She's she's having a crush on this gargoyle guy. Her parents are like bugging the hell out of her, and she just yeah. So it's all about quarter life crisis.
Okay.
Like, what does she want to do? Why is her parents bugging her about her life and all that stuff? Very, very millennial type of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but yeah, like the other book, cozy, all about tea. There was some mention about baked goods, but I wasn't interested in that anymore. I was all about the tea.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and I mean, yeah, she's very like she's like a sunny character. That's her type of vibe. A very sunny character who has to hold it together and make everybody feel better at the expense of her own feelings. What is that?
Okay.
But yeah, that's like the type of person she is. Like she doesn't care about she'll hide her feelings as long as the other person like is happy or feels better. And I get like we all know like especially with parents who like you go on another route and you like stray off the path that your parents set out for you
Yeah.
and they kind of like guilt you forever
Oh no.
about it. So yeah, I kind of
You're
it
too
hit
close.
somewhere.
Too
It
close to
hit too
home.
close to home. Yeah. I was just like, okay.
Oh
I was like, you know
no.
what? That's fine. You know what? I'm just gonna make those cookies, have a cup of tea, and just like
Eat my sorrows.
eat my sorrows away.
Oh
Um,
no.
yeah, I mean, it was cutesy type of. I don't know if I'm trying to think which book I liked better. Um, maybe I think I like the first book better than the second book, just because of the whole baking competition. I
Yeah.
kind of believe the love story in the first book more than the second book. This book was a little shorter. I think it was like 280 pages. So it was a very quick read. It's it was just like the romance that happened between them two. I was like, "Are you sure about that? Are you sure about
Are
that?"
you sure about that? Are you sure about that?
The parents kind of bugged the hell out of me,
Oh, that's
and
probably why you didn't like it as much.
yeah,
Bad
um,
memories.
yeah. I mean, it's fine now. But yes, the the fellowship, a fellowship of librarians and dragon. Um, I don't know if I'll read the third book. We'll see when it comes out. I know the third book is all about fake dating, and I'm kind of like over that trope right now.
Oh, really? What trope are you into right now?
I don't know. I'm always into enemies to lovers or second, maybe friends to lovers, enemies to lovers, that type of thing.
Okay.
Mm.
Okay, so another 3-star. Um, this is my Shakespearean inspired read. If We Were Villains by ML Rio. So this one is it has a similar vibe to Truly Devious in the sense that it's a whodunit at a college and it's within a group of friends again. So that's like the similar vibe. So in this one, we follow a group of friends who go to this art school for acting, and they sort of form like a family and whatnot. And a lot of the acting, yeah, like all of the acting they do is like Shakespearean plays and stuff. And so that's the Shakespearean element to this. And it's like a mix of all the plays. And the whodunit aspect of this is that one person out of the group dies, and they pretty much have to like obviously figure out who done it, and they're kind of trying to cover up what happened at the same time. Um so I ended up giving this a 3. If you're a fan of Shakespeare, I could see these people loving this. And I've seen people that do, who are big Shakespearean fans or who study this in college or whatever. But for me, who's not as familiar with Shakespearean works aside from Romeo and Juliet, like the most popular ones in like movies and stuff. I just, yeah, I liked the whodunit aspect, but yeah, the Shakespearean side of it, I was just like, like, I don't know, like maybe if I was more familiar, I would have enjoyed it more. But yeah, it was a fun time. It was very like there was very tense moments, uneasy moments. Um, yeah, it's a fun time. Very, I would say this would be a good Summerween book too, also with Truly Devious. It's very like there's very scary moments that happen too. Yeah, if we were villains.
Very Shakespearean.
Arian.
Yeah. Just trying to think. I only know like maybe what 3 plays from Shakespeare: Romeo and Juliet, Midsummer's, and
Macbeth.
oh, I was thinking Hamlet.
Oh, Hamlet, Macbeth.
But like it was so hard for me to like follow what Shakespeare was saying.
Yeah, like that's what I didn't enjoy, like in grade school when we would study the plays. Like, what does this line mean? Like, dude, I don't know. Like,
No.
what?
Like I only understood Romeo and Juliet because of Leonardo DiCaprio in Claire
Yes.
Danes.
Yeah, seeing it as a movie.
Yeah.
But
Like reading it, I was just like, I don't want to anymore. I don't want to. I don't
this
want
is work. I
to.
don't want to. Um, did you have any others, or should I just
Um,
continue with my 3-star rant?
um, no, like I'm in the middle of 2 books right now that I started. Like, I'm reading Nine Tailed. This was my
Oh,
my Korean inspired book.
prompt. Okay.
Yeah, my Nine Tailed. It's Um, it's based on the myth of the nine-tailed fox. It
Mhm.
takes place in it doesn't take place in South Korea, actually. It takes place in, like, California and Las Vegas. Um, so far, I'm like I'll tell you next month.
Okay. Okay.
And then that's the book I started when on my way to Hawaii. And then I started this book, A Broken Blade, on
Mm,
my way back to Hawaii.
okay. Yeah, I've seen
There.
that around.
So yeah, this okay, I'll talk about this book. But yeah, so those I'm in mid read with those two books. I'm for sure gonna finish these two books before next month or next reading vlog. And
Okay.
then, yeah, but that's it. That was it for me, and that I didn't read that much. I told you, reading slump. That
No, it's
meddling
fine.
kids book.
Meddling.
Those
No,
meddling kids.
it's
Oh,
so
it made me
fun.
want to watch Scooby Doo though.
Oh man, I
Mhm.
haven't watched Scooby-Doo in a while, but I hope Nolan gets into it.
Yeah, actually, it made me want to watch Scooby Doo the zombie one. It was their first movie. Zombie Island. Yes.
Oh,
Scooby
the
Doo
live
and
action
zombies.
or the
The
cartoon?
cartoon.
Okay.
The cartoon. Their first animated movie. Oh, that movie was awesome. Yeah. And the terror
You
once
can
again.
watch it with Nolan.
You'll be scared.
I'd be scared. Okay, so another 3-star. This would probably be like more what you were reading.
Oh, yeah. I saw that one. Isn't that the same author as that book, Cafe Ogres and Lattes or something?
Legends and Lattes.
Yeah, that one.
So this is the prequel to Legends of Lattes. So you don't have to read it in any particular order, but this takes place prior to that one, obviously. Our main character, Viv, the orc, she she is tasked to hunt down and kill or capture the villain, which is like this powerful necromancer. And while she was, on the hunt, she got injured. She injured her leg, and she couldn't proceed until she recovered. So she is told to like recover in this small town, and like while recovering, what is she gonna do? So she like explores the town, and she comes to this bookshop that's like falling apart, and she decides to rebuild it with this mouse creature, and like try to up the sales and stuff, and just like get the town to start reading more books and stuff. And they do like um she reads a lot during this too, and she shares her ideas and stuff about the romances and stuff she reads. And there's like a little romance between her and the bakery shop owner. Yeah, and there's like a bunch of like fantastical creatures that, you know, get involved in their story. So that's cute. Um, so for me, I give it a 3-star. I don't know if I'm necessarily a big fan of cozy reads unless the romance is romancing. Like if
The
it's like
romance is romancing.
yeah, like if it's cute and whatnot. Cause like obviously Sorry, a siren is going by. I don't know if you could hear that. So obviously in the Legends and Lattes, she has a romance in that book. So obviously the romance in this book isn't gonna work out. So that's kind of like, meh. That's just like whatever. The romance isn't really romancing. They weren't really made for each other. But whatever. It was still really cute. There was some elves in this. So that was fun. But yeah.
Is that an owl dog?
Yeah. It's like it's just like it's like a pug with like an owl head.
Oh,
So yeah, there's like a fun mix of creatures in this. So if you're into like that and like, you know, them preparing a bookshop, this might be for you. We'll see. Um, Another 3-star I gave this. So this is one of 2 manga I read. But I give this one a 3 stars so far. I don't know if I want to continue with it.
what's it called?
A Sign of Affection.
Mm.
So far, so I only read the first volume. So it follows this girl. She's deaf. And then she meets this guy who... What?
Hmm?
What?
I watched the first episode.
Yeah, the episode, like the anime looks so good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
So
sorry.
no
I was
worries.
like, that sounds so familiar. Okay, and then when you start describing like
Did you like it?
the first episode, no, go ahead, go ahead.
Oh.
Sorry.
Like I want to watch it because the animation looks so pretty. But yeah, so like this volume, so the main character is deaf and she meets this guy. He's trilingual and he's like learning 2 additional languages, but like when they meet, he doesn't know sign language, so he's like intrigued by her because he's never like interacted with like a deaf person before, I guess. And then she's intrigued with him because he's like engaging with her like
Mhm.
socially and stuff. And it's kind of like from that first moment of meeting, like it seems like they're both like insta lovey for each other. And so yeah, that's kind of like what the first volume is mostly about, and just trying to. So the main character in the first volume is trying to get his number or his line. Is that what they call it in Japan? It's like a social, it's like a chat thing
Oh
or a
yeah,
messenger. It's line.
it's their version of like
Yeah,
like
chatty
chatting,
messenger or
like
something.
WhatsApp or something.
Yeah, something like that. So that's pretty much what the first volume is about. And then she has this friend who like speaks like a childhood friend that also speaks sign language, but he's kind of like territorial about her.
Mhm.
He's kind of annoying to me, at least so far. But yeah, like I don't know. I think I'll watch the anime and like if I get like the butterfly fluttery feeling in my chest, like I'll continue with the manga. But like
Mhm.
the first volume, I was just like, okay, not really. So, what did you
Well,
think?
I watched the first episode of that anime just because like I watched it when it was released. Like the other episodes weren't out yet, and then I kept seeing like clips of it. I'm like, oh, that looks so cute. So I did watch it, and you were right. It is very cute, very like very aesthetic. You know?
Yes, Aesthetic.
aesthetic. It's very you aesthetic.
Mhm.
And I was like, okay, I kind of, from what I watched, since I didn't read the first book, um, I hella got second lead syndrome. Like I was just like,
You got
no,
what?
second lead syndrome. Like you know
Oh, okay.
how like you're watching like a drama or an anime, and then you know the two main characters that can get together, but there's the second lead that was like you want to root for the second
Oh,
lead.
yes, yes.
Yes. So that's what was happening. I was like, oh, but your friend. But then now that you like said something about him, I was like, oh really? He's
Yeah.
annoying. I was just like, Fred, he already knows sign language. He already engages with you.
Oh, really? Oh, okay.
Like
Sorry.
talking, like
Sorry.
I mean, that's okay. But
Maybe he'll
yeah,
redeem himself. I don't know.
maybe. I mean, yeah, there's only the first episode. You only read the first volume.
I
So we'll
don't know
see.
how. I think it's. Is it completed? I think the manga is completed.
I think so. I mean, I think it's only like what, like 8, 10 books.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, and then I was interested in watching it, but it kind of fell off the books. Because like I wanted to wait until all the episodes are out so I can just binge watch it, and then I kind of forgot about it until you mentioned it.
Oh, you're
And
like,
like
oh.
I was like, I watched the first episode, I think like 2 months ago, 2 or 3 months ago. So totally forgot
Yeah.
about that.
Yeah,
And I was just like,
I forgot it was like I remember like seeing the trailers for it like way earlier this year and I was like, "Oh,
yeah.
I want to watch that. I want to watch that."
Same. I saw the trailer and then I saw the clip of her seeing him for the first time like on a bus or a train or something.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, that's so cute. I want to watch that. Is it out yet? Is it out yet?
Yeah, and yeah, so like the gap between when I watched it and when it actually came out, just I lost it. And
Yeah.
I think I saw a book review on YouTube where she was sharing how she liked the manga, and I was like, "Oh yeah!" Like I forgot about that. And
Yeah.
so,
Okay. Now I gotta look for it again. I
yeah,
think I watched it on Crunchyroll.
yeah, I think it's because Funimation is one with Crunchyroll now, right? I think.
Yeah.
Okay, I
Yeah.
think.
Okay. Well, that's our homework.
Yeah, we could
Watch that
share.
too.
We can be girly
Yeah.
girls together. Okay, so are those all my 3 stars? Okay. On to the 4 stars. Okay, let's no particular order. Let's just get the other manga over with. So this one I gave 4 stars. Um, so I don't know if you heard of this. In the clear moonlit
No,
dusk.
I don't think so.
So it's giving me what's the name of that anime? High School Oran Host Club?
Oh yeah, Orin High School hoax.
Yes. So it's giving me that vibe. Okay. So this girl, she has a very ambiguous look about her. Is that how you say it? She
Mhm.
has a very ambiguous look. Um, like I guess you can't really tell her gender at first glance or whatever, but girls at her school tend to like fangirl over her. It's like, "Oh, she's so," or like, "She's so cool, she's so handsome, she's so princely." And so like they nickname her like a prince um and whatnot. And then he's like older, so like an upperclassman. He's also nicknamed Prince from his classmates. And when he initially meets her, he's like unsure like what gender like she is, but then he finds out pretty early on that she's female, and then he's like intrigued by her because like no other guys like are into her for whatever reason. Like she's described as beautiful, like um but yeah, like so no other guys are crushing on her for whatever reason, so he's like intrigued, and like each moment that like each encounter that he has with her, her girly side comes out a little bit, and he finds it cute. And so it's just
Aw.
it's cute. It's like there's cute encounters that they have. I don't see any red flags with this one. Like in a lot of anime, there's usually a bunch of red flags with the main love interest, but this one I don't see any red flags so far. Um,
Lee's like, that's like literally the plot of Oran High School, except she's not poor.
well, like, and the main love interest doesn't know that she's a girl, right? Until like later on.
Yeah, like, well, in the anime,
He's dumb.
yeah, he's dumb and doesn't find out until the end of the episode.
Yeah, but
Yeah, that
it's
kind of is
cute.
giving me like Nana vibes, like the cover. You know that manga or anime
Yeah.
Nana?
I know, like, this kind of looks dark, I
Mhm.
guess. But when you read it, it's very, like,
Cutesy.
yeah, it's very, like, slice of life,
Like the
cutesy manga.
the book definitely doesn't portray the inside. The cover doesn't portray the
Yeah.
inside.
But dude, like, because so what got me to read this was I saw a TikTok of like, oh, like the pretty boy anime character, and then this was like everybody was like crushing on this character for some reason, and then I saw like the shots that this person posted on their TikTok, and I was like, dude, he's cute for an anime guy. Like I think he's cuter than Gojo. Unpopular opinion. Gojo. Everybody thinks Gojo is like sexy, but
Sorry, from who? From what anime? Gojo?
Gojo. Do you
Yeah,
know who
from
I'm
what?
talking? So
Jujutsu Kaisen?
Jujutsu Kaisen, the white-haired guy that wears a mask. Because I was like, I don't see it, guys, but this one I was like, oh, okay.
Okay.
I'm gonna read it.
Was In the Clear?
In the clear.
You don't know
Where'd
who
it go?
Gojo is?
I don't watch Jujutsu Kaisen.
Dude, I
Sorry.
don't even really watch it, and I know.
At least I knew that it came from. I knew it was from that anime or manga. What are you doing?
This thing fell down.
It's
God, get
called
outta here.
In the Clear Moonlit Dusk.
Oh,
But yeah, I'm just like trying to. I want to read a manga that gives me like the butterflies in my chest. Like, because like I think the last manga or anime I watched that gave me that feeling was Blue Spring Ride. And I was like, I want that feeling again. All right. So the next 4-star. So, okay. I read the next book in Percy Jackson. So this is Percy Jackson and the Olympians. This is the second to last book of the initial Percy Jackson books. So this one, he's starting high school, and yeah, there's I can't really say much to spoil the whole storyline, but in this one, it involves the Maze of the Minotaur and Daedalus and Icarus and Ariadne, all of those, that main storyline.
That gang of characters.
Yeah, that, that inspo. So involves a lot of that. And I guess that's all I can say. So the maze, yeah, that's all I can say. So it has those characters that theme to it from Greek mythology.
Mythology.
Mythology. Mythology.
It's okay. You got baby brain.
Oh my gosh.
Mythology.
Sometimes my brain just like goes faster than my mouth. Like
That's what I
my
say.
speech.
Yeah, that's what I tell people. Like, my brain works faster than my mouth, and that's why I stutter sometimes.
Yeah. So,
If you know, you know.
yeah, if
In
you
the
know, you
comments.
know.
Oh.
Yeah, so that's that. I give this a 4-star because yeah, it was good. How they used, all those characters and things from Greek mythology. I guess like the reason why I didn't give it 5 stars was because of the romance aspect was kind of like messy. Like I was like, huh? Like we're just okay, just gonna walk away from what just happened, or yeah, yeah, the romance aspect was kind of throwing me off, but we'll see how it wraps up in the 5th book. But yeah, so Percy Jackson.
Percy Jackson.
Next 4-star read I read was House of Salt and Sorrows. So I guess you could say this is another Summer Reading book. This is a gothic horror thriller fantasy. So this is a retelling of the 12 Dancing Princesses, and their family is said to be cursed because like each of the sisters are dying one by one by like a mysterious like accident or whatever, mysterious case. And our main character is she has a good feeling that these weren't accidents, that somebody is actually trying to murder them. And so this is kind of like, yeah, so it's pretty much a whodunit also. So she's trying to figure out who is behind the murders of her sisters, and at the same time she's trying to like protect herself and her other sisters as well. So yeah, this is fun. It has ghosts and it's very spooky, and the reason why I didn't give it a 5-star was because the wrap up was a little too fantastical. Like it didn't feel balanced. Like the genre didn't feel cohesive, I guess, like throughout the book. Like, because the beginning to the middle was like horror thriller, and then like in the middle end was like super fantastical. It was kind of like confusing as to what was happening magically, but it was still a good time and I really enjoyed it. House of Salt and Sorrow.
I was like, I saw that book and I saw the author. I'm like, why is it so familiar? I read Small Favors.
Oh yeah,
Small
yeah.
Favors. It's the yellow book with the bees and the
The
bee flowers.
flowers.
The pretty cover book. And was just like, oh yeah.
Yeah.
I kept looking at that book, Salt and Sorrows. I was like,
It's
China.
yeah, I was vibing like the first 3/4 of it. I was like really vibing with it because like I love ghosts and it was very spooky. There was some very
Yeah.
spooky parts.
All right.
And
Okay.
there's a sequel that I want to read. I forgot what it's called.
Seems like a pinkish book.
Oh, it's green. Like
Mm.
I remember I saw it and I was like, "Oh, that's a sequel?" I didn't realize. I thought it was like
Yeah.
a standalone, but yeah, I think I'll
I know.
read
I
it.
thought that was a standalone too.
Yeah,
I guess not.
but
I don't know.
yeah,
Every
it's
time
good.
I like see that book, I think of like, is it a book about like mermaids and things like that? But
So
then when I read the cover, when I read the plot, I'm like, oh no, it's not.
it's so the family is very so it's kind of like in Game of Thrones, the Greyjoy family, how they're very like ocean, what's that
Yeah,
word?
their
Very
yeah,
one with the ocean. So
yeah, their
this
sigil is an octopus.
yeah, so this one, yeah, their religious beliefs are like very ocean
Related.
esque, yeah. And
Mhm.
like every time somebody dies, they give their body back to the ocean and whatnot. So they're very ocean-y family, if that makes sense.
Mhm.
And then another 4-star, another Summerween book was I read the Southern Book Club's Guide to Slaying Vampires. And this is my third Grady Hendrix book. If you're not aware, he wrote My Best Friend's Exorcism and Horror Store, which is the IKEA horror story.
Ooh.
So this one I enjoyed more than the other two. So this is about I believe this takes place in Waco, Texas, but it takes place in the maybe early 90s. So it's a bunch of housewives that are kind of like bored with their day-to-day lives. So they start a book club and they're intrigued by like crime fiction and like thrillers and stuff like that. And they like to like try to solve like the cases and stuff like that. And during this time, there's a new guy that moves into town. He's very suspicious and very handsome. And I don't really want to say much to spoil it, but yeah, so the main character notices disappearances and stuff like that, and she's tying each one back to this guy, and she's trying to get rid of him with the help of her book club. And so, yeah, so this is fun. Very graphic. Like, there is some part, like, some books I've read where, like, the, the graphic scene would happen, but it doesn't show it on the page, it just shows the aftermath.
Mhm.
This shows it happening. Like it's gross. Yeah, so it's graphic. There's very atmospheric moments in this book. Yeah, I don't know what else to say without spoiling it. It's 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 definitely gives I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say.
It's okay.
It gives the typical housewife, like, pride in what she does, I guess. It makes sense. Because, like, in the 90s, like, housewives were not really. They were kind of, like, looked down upon for, like, doing nothing, like, taking care of kids and cleaning the house was doing nothing back then.
Yeah. I
Um,
think it was all about the 90s. It's all about the working woman type of thing.
yeah.
It's
So,
all about the working women. Working woman, you can have it all.
yeah. At least, like, in the later part of the 90s. But, yeah, so, yeah, it's about a bunch of housewives take down a vampire.
All right.
And there you
Go
go.
housewives.
Yeah, they don't need no men. Um, but yeah. Um, there's a lot of gaslighting in this. So,
Oh no.
yeah. So, just be wary. Because that was like the part of it that was like getting me frustrated. I was like, "Oh, I want a divorce." Okay, so another for I think this is no 5-star, but my last 4-star is so this is a sequel to What Moves the Dead. So this is What Beasts at Night by T. Fisher.
Tiki.
Um, so the first book was a retelling of the fall of the House of Usher.
Mm-hmm.
And in this one we follow the main character. This they go back to their home after many years of being out in the army in the war, and then being at the first book setting at their friend's house of the Ushers. So they make their return back to their house after all these long years, and to find out that their groundskeeper that they were paying to maintain the home has died. And so there's this there's this myth going around this small town that there is something that is stealing your breath when you sleep at night. And I'm just gonna leave that at that because I don't want to spoil it, but I really enjoyed it. I was vibing with it. It was a lot of like very. It's funny because like the way that T. Kingfisher describes how you're feeling in dreams, like in this book, like the main character wasn't scared. They're just like, "Oh, who are you? Like, what are you doing here?" And I was like, "Dude, that's very realistic when you see something like crazy in your dream and you're just like, "Oh, who are you?" Like, I don't think you're supposed to be here. When in reality, if you saw what the main character saw, you'd be like freaking out, or like um what's that word? When you can't move. What's that word?
Sleep paralysis.
Yeah, you're paralyzed at what you're seeing in real life. So yeah, T. Kingfisher is really good at telling a story that's not too long. She wrote Nettle and Bone, the what was it, The Seventh Bride that we read like last year. She read Thornhedge. But yeah, she has another book
Yeah.
coming out soon. I forgot what it's called, but I just ordered it in my book of the month box. So
Nice.
I'm excited for it. And yeah, I think that covers about everything. That was our August wrap up.
Yeah, you were definitely more productive than I was.
No, you got a good. That's still more than the average person, if you think about it.
Yeah.
The average,
Yes.
yeah, the average person only
Reads like 3
reads
books a year.
a
3 books a
year.
year.
A year.
What the heck? I was
Yeah.
like, my coworker, and she was telling me like, oh, like, I read like about 3 or 4 books a year. I'm like, girl, that's a slow month for me. I try to read
Yeah.
that. I try to read at least 8 in a month. Girl.
Yeah, it's like they get mind blown that if you read more than a certain amount a month. I don't know.
Oh,
I don't know.
I know. Everybody at work knows that I like to read because I'm the only one who's being productive during lunch. I'm just like sitting there just reading my book. I'm like, uh-huh, uh-huh, uh-huh.
I don't know. I think it's because like they tend to associate reading with like learning and
Mhm.
like whatnot.
I
But
know. I told you this, right? They're always like, "Oh, I wish I had more time to read." I'm like, "You do. You have an hour at lunch. All you're doing is looking through Instagram."
yeah, like
I'm like,
trade your screen time with like reading and then you'll be surprised how much you can actually read.
I'm like, "You what kind of book you want to read? I got you. I'll let you borrow. You want to read spicy books? I got you. I got spicy books galore.
Mm,
You want fantasy? You want romance?
I
I
know.
can't give you horror, but you know, I can't give you
Yeah.
nonfiction. Oh, when they tell you like, oh, I read these books, like you know how to like not
Self-help
self-help,
or
not self like how to like succeed in life and those kind of books. I'm like,
yeah.
oh well, I like to read fantasy.
I know. I do have a bunch of self-help books, but that was to make me feel more productive and motivated.
Hmm.
But that was like years ago.
I know. Like one of the doctors at my work, she's like, "Oh, you like to read me?" I'm like, "Yeah, I like to read." Like, "Oh, what kind of books do you like to read?" I was like, "Oh, I like to read fantasy and all that and romance." And she like, "Oh, that's nice. You don't read like she was naming like these nonfiction books. Like, no, I like to read. I read to escape life. Okay, I told her straight. I'm like, I read to escape life. I don't want to read books that remind me of life.
Yeah, it's
She's like,
true.
okay, that makes sense. I'm like, yes. So,
Yeah.
like, you can read those books, Doc, but I will read my books.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh no, there is this other girl, this other the our office manager. She doesn't like to be called office manager, but she essentially is. Okay, you think I read books? She reads dark, spicy books. She is one of those girlies.
Hmm.
That's all she reads is dark, gothic, spicy books. I was like, I when I told her like when I named some of the books that I like read, she's like, "Girl, that's nothing. Look at this book. Look at this." I'm like, "No, I can only
Yeah.
read one. I can only read once a month. I can't read more than 2. I can't read 2. One dark romance a month."
Yeah, like I mean, I'm not judging or anything. Like, you
I was like,
read
"Oh,
whatever you want to read, as
read
long as
whatever
you're
you
reading.
want." I know. I was just like, "Dang,
But
you can."
yeah, it's not for me.
I was like, dude, you brave, you brave. I can't read that. I can't read that much. And she buys the physical copy. So the physical copies of Dark Romance, they're like thick, right? And they have covers that are very suggestive. And she says she likes buying the physical books and she reads it in public. And she's like, I don't give a fuck. I'm like, I'll read it with wherever she brought a thick one to Hawaii. Like she read it on the plane where there's people around.
Oh, really?
And there's no you've been on a plane, there's no such thing as personal space, right?
Yeah.
So you're reading something, they're gonna see what you're reading.
They're all
She's
reading
like,
along with you. I'm not done with that page.
she's like, oh, I don't care. I'll show them what I'm reading. I'm like, okay. As long as your daughter is focused on her Switch or her iPad,
Mm-hmm.
you read whatever you want to read, girlfriend. All the power to you. But she's
Yeah.
cool. She's cool. I'm like, oh, okay. I mean, read whatever you want. At least there's another reader in this office.
Yeah. Yeah. Read at your own pace. Read just as long as you're reading, you know?
Yeah.
Um,
It's like watching a movie in your head.
yeah. Yeah.
All right. All right. So do you want to pull next month's reading
Do you have any
adventure?
prompts that you're
Let's
thinking of?
see. Fall is about to start, right? In September. Does fall start in September?
Yes. Yeah.
It's fall. Time
I
for fall.
I am ready to decorate. I am ready.
Can you put like small town, like small town reads? I don't want to say small town romance, but like things happening in a small town.
Okay. I could just have that as one of our books. So
Uh,
small town
Like small town,
setting.
yeah, small town setting.
Okay.
That always gives me like cozy fall vibes.
Okay.
Small town setting.
Anything else?
I want to save like the Halloween books for October. I don't know. What do you think?
Um, no. I was kind of thinking about reading. So they recently released the top 100 books of the 21st century. And I was thinking maybe we can read one of those books, like take your pick. But
Okay. Yeah, we can do. What is it called?
the top 100, is it 21st century still? Top
I don't know.
100.
Wait, is it considered 22nd century? Because it's a year, right? I mean, 100 years per century.
Yeah, 20.
Is it the 22nd century already? Let me look that up.
I think it's 21st century still.
Where's the current century in the It began on January 1st. Oh, it will end on December. It will end on December 31st, 2100.
Okay.
20. Oh, so it's still the 21st century.
So, yeah, so 100 top books.
Top 100 books in 21st century.
Yeah, based off the New York Times. Yeah, the New York Times picks 100 best books of the 21st
Based
century.
on New York Times list. Okay. I'll look that up, but can you like send me a link so I know like we're looking at the same list?
Yeah, I could send it right now. Okay. So we'll just do one small town book, one book from that, and then how many? Just one prompt from the jar? Or two?
Um, let's do one.
I need to update this jar though. A book with family drama. Okay. Book with family drama.
Family drama. Okay.
Sounds like a lot of fantasy books.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, like sibling killing sibling,
I know. Taking the
son
throne.
killing father. Take your pick. Days of
Okay.
Dane. Sympathizer. There's not gonna be any fantasy books in this top 100, huh?
There's the last Harry Potter book.
When we understand. Wow.
So I think there's a couple. Oh yeah, there's Tomorrow and Tomorrow and Tomorrow. That's
Oh yeah.
sci-fi.
The title is Shakespeare. Okay.
Yeah, there's a couple that are accessible. Hunger Games.
Oh my gosh, Hunger Games. That made the list?
Yeah, I think it's actually a new classic.
I guess that got everybody into dystopian.
And just like I forgot the phrase, but like people reference it in real life a lot
Oh yeah.
too.
I volunteer as
Yeah.
tribute.
Yeah, like
May the odds be ever in your favor.
yeah.
I still don't know how PETA freaking painted himself as a freaking rock. With what?
With
What did he
mud.
use?
With
Really?
mud.
Mud?
I know, it's like you're a baker, right? Like how can you be that good? You frost cakes, I guess, but like that was so realistic. There's a man called Ove. I think I might read that one also. Or that's an option.
I might read Veronica. We'll see.
Veronica.
Yeah. H is for hog. Savage Detectives. Ooh.
There's Crying in H Mart.
Oh yeah, I heard that book was like really good.
Yeah. But I'm just like, it's a memoir. I don't know who the person is.
What is it? It's just The Samurai. What is this? Her young son Ludo is a how high part who seen Japanese grammar. Cloud Atlas? Is that like this? No. Right. Cloud Atlas. That's not the same as that other the book by, you know what I'm talking about? I think it's black. I think it's called Atlas. It's just called Atlas.
Oh, I don't think.
Atonement. Oh my gosh, Atonement.
Did you read that one?
No, but you know what? Maybe I'll read this one. Dude, Atonement. Oh, I remember that movie.
I know.
You watched that movie?
Yeah, I was like, oh, so sad. My
Ah,
gosh.
but I only read it, like, I only watched it once, so maybe I'll read the book. Mm,
Yeah, like, yeah, there's like a
Crystal.
few that catches my eye.
Researching nothing. Lincoln into Barlow. Sellouts.
Hmm.
Oh, Pachinko.
Oh
Okay.
yeah, it was like that's like the top of the list, right?
Yeah,
Almost.
that's number 15. Oh my gosh. And they just came out with the drama. One of my old like coworkers told me to read this book. Oh, okay. Pachinko. Maybe I'll read it.
It's a memoir, right?
Um, I think
I
so.
think it's a memoir about like their
Like,
family escaping North Korea or something.
yeah, maybe. It's like um it tells a story of 4 generations like of family members. Okay. Okay.
But
Gilead. Gilead.
But yeah, if anybody in the audience wants to participate in our reading prompts for September, our first prompt is a book that takes place in a small town. And the second prompt is to read a book from the top 100 best books of the 21st century based off the New York Times. And then the last prompt is a book with family drama. But yeah.
And these might like, cross over, you know?
Yeah, you know, there's a
You
lot of
know?
family drama on that top 100 list.
Yeah.
Um,
Okay.
but yeah, I also wanted to like talk about so I know the guys are talking about it, and when I say the guys, um I mean our significant others, if we should, I don't know, stream like gameplay when we do this.
Okay.
Something like cozy. I don't know. Any ideas? Like if anybody
I'm
has any ideas.
I'm down to play a cozy game. I like I miss playing games, honestly, on the PC. That's not Overwatch, because Overwatch is stressful.
Dude, can you imagine if we're playing Overwatch and trying to describe what a book is about?
So did you read this book? Oh, turn around! Turn around behind you!
This part made me so sad. Fuck you, May, or something like that.
I can't! Oh my
You blocked me. Or yeah.
And then our
So
significant others just yelling at us.
I need healing.
Pocket! Pocket! I need healing! I'm trying to talk about this book! Fuck that book! I need healing!
I know.
Healing!
He's so Oh yeah, did you see was it a TikTok? Or no, it was I sent you guys a link. I don't know if it was a TikTok or on Instagram, but it was in Inzoi, the game. It's essentially The Sims. The
Yeah, that
Sims
one.
meets Grand Theft Auto, but it's like an upscale Sims. I was like, dude, when that comes
Oh,
out, I'm gonna be making my fantastical
when does it come out?
characters. I think it's later on this year though. But yeah, I'm like, dude, I wonder how that's gonna go. Like, I am down to like stream The Sims or something. Or
You play The Sims?
I grew up with the first Sims. The
No,
first.
but well, the current Sims game, you have to download a mod to play multiplayer, and I don't know how that is.
Okay. Um,
Well, there's a lot of multiplayer cozy games coming out, so
yeah.
just go
Yeah,
on.
we'll just do some research and maybe
Mhm.
we'll see if we can play something.
Mhm.
Just so that there's something else to look at when we're trying to discuss our books, I guess. Because apparently, I think the guys think it's boring. But yeah, whatever.
Yeah, I'm down for whatever game.
But
Oh, imagine us playing It Takes Two or
dude, we have that. We just never played it yet.
I know Lena had that, but we never finished it. We were so close to finishing that game. I don't know why we never did.
It's a cute game.
Yeah.
But we'll see. Yeah, any game I'm down. We'll just figure out how we're gonna set it up. But yeah.
Okay.
If any in
Well,
the audience knows any ideas, please feel free.
when are we going to stream next? The 27th of September?
Okay. That works. Dang. It's already September, dude.
Yeah. Pumpkin spice season.
I know, it's already autumn. I feel like summer wasn't that long.
Like it's felt short, but this month felt so long.
Yeah. At least like here in San Diego, I feel like it's cooled down a lot. But I mean, it tends to be like super dry, AF in October, so we'll see.
It doesn't really get cold until like January or February.
Yeah, I know. So much for the cozy season. But yeah, anything else? Anything else you'd like to share?
No, I'm good. I'm just thinking of games to play now.
I know, I'm thinking of games and books. I'm like, But
okay. Well, Overcooked.
oh hell no. Oh hell nah. Yelling at each other.
Came together.
Need you to chop the tomatoes. Wash the plates. Nobody's doing dishes. Oh lord.
What is this? Ale and Tail Tavern? What is that? Sorry, I'm already looking. Okay. We'll see you guys next time.
Yeah, feel free to join us September 27th, 8 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. Bring your books.
Bring your books. Maybe we'll be playing a game by then.
Yeah, maybe you can download the game and then play your own game of it. Whatever. Share your experiences with us. Yeah.
All right. Have a good night. Bye.
Good night, guys. Have a good weekend.